Contestant number 5, Jana Lannen. Peel away assumptions. Peel away assumptions. Jana Lannen.
Bananas. What does the smell of bananas remind you of? It reminds me of Christmas. Christmas? You might think, what does Christmas have to do with bananas? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests, please let me explain. I grew up in communist Czechoslovakia, where bananas were available in the stores only once a year, just before Christmas. People would line up in front of the stores, waiting for their share of bananas. The entire town knew the exact date when the stores would be selling them. Just picture the lines of people waiting to buy toilet paper before the COVID lockdown. When I was 7, my 9-year-old cousin Maya was visiting us a few days before Christmas. That year, my parents got lucky and brought home a big bunch of bananas. Maya and I were jumping from the excitement when we saw the bananas. However, seeing how green they were made us real worried that they will not ripen before Christmas. So we asked my dad, how can we make these bananas yellow? Well, we just have to put them in a warm place, and they will turn yellow eventually. You just have to be patient. 1 hour later, while my dad was keeping busy with wrapping the Christmas presents in the bedroom, Maya and I had a secret meeting in the kitchen. We could no longer stay patient. We want our bananas now. How can we turn them from green to yellow? What is the warmest place in the house? The oven. Of course, the oven. We turned the oven on high and put all the bananas in. It didn't take too long before we started to smell them. And so did my dad, who was coming to check on us. Girls, what's that smell? We could not hold the excitement back. We are preparing a surprise! As my dad looked in the oven, Maya and I were peeking behind his back to see his reaction when he will take out the yellow bananas. The bananas were not yellow. They were as black as charcoal. Girls, what did you do? Do you know how long I had to wait in lines for these bananas? Why did you destroy them? We didn't want to destroy them. You told us that if we put them in a warm place, they will turn yellow. At this point, my dad thought that the only thing we can do is throw away all these bananas. As he was walking towards the trash can, he noticed our disappointed looks on our faces. At that moment, he decided to give these bananas a second chance. He put them on the table and slowly peeled away the peel. We tasted them. And to our surprise, the bananas were delicious. They were sweet and creamy, and they tasted like victory. The epic failure turned into an epic success, and roasted bananas became our new Christmas tradition. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever worked hard for something and it just didn't turn out the way you were hoping? Failure does hurt. It hurts in our minds, and it brings out the cruelest emotions of self-doubt and disappointment, like seeing those charcoaled bananas. However, each failure has its own sweet spot, either a learning and growing opportunity, or even better, when failure becomes a success. Maya and I were not the only inventors that got lucky. Penicillin, pacemaker, post-it notes, these are just a few examples of inventions that came out of a failed experiment. Do you think that these inventors were going bananas when they saw their mistakes? They probably were, but they saw a different opportunity, and they invented products that we still use today. Next time, when you think you failed, when you want to throw all of your efforts into the trash, when you want to give up, don't. Peel away your assumptions about failure. Look at failure from a different perspective. You might change your plans, but don't ever give up on your creativity and your sweet potential. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.